You think she gonna be excited to see us?
I hope so, but you know them teenagers be a little feisty sometimes, so you never know.
Hey, sit your ass up. You ain't never gonna get out of here alive. We got people everywhere. You dead already. They got a man here, and I think he's running girls, and I think he has my daughter. And there's 220 doors. She gotta be behind one of these. Do you know Tiana?
All that trouble? Somebody's looking for her.
We gotta get you out of here, young blood.
My way is making sure all don't get put in the dirt.
King has my heart and he's taking care of it. He was conditioning you, child.
I'm a king. I'm a god. One of my sheeps went astray. I think you know what she is.
Her name is Tiana, and she don't belong to you. Something happens to a man when a baby comes into this world. You the protector, and you supposed to protect him at all costs. So I take my last breath, and you violated my baby girl.
My crown, my house, my world, man.
First off, start by telling us about the premise of the film Black Rain.
Yeah, so it's about two parents who are up against the wall and looking to try to rescue their daughter. They've gone to every reasonable option to try to find her, and nobody will help them. And so it just looks at the opportunity of what happens when two parents exhaust the traditional routes of help, police and community, and it's either on them to find their daughter or they just let her go, and they have to make a choice, and they do make a choice, which leads us through the world of Black Heat.
Yeah, definitely feeling that story. But yeah, correction, I think it's the Black Rain at first. And then I have to also ask, what made you want to bring this story to film?
So, there's two things. One, I'm always wanting to take entertaining pieces. At the end of the day, I think film is a very awesome medium to entertain. So I want to, something action-packed, something thrilling, but at the same time, I wanted to make things that real people deal with, real issues that real people deal with. And, so for this one, well, I was a new father. I think my daughter was 3 when I first started working on the concept of it. And the question just became us as fathers, what kind of responsibility do we have to be that first love for your daughters? And what happens when we're not there? And the gravity of that responsibility as fathers, which may not reveal itself for years down the road, but it's important now. So that was it. So it was that. And then Jason and I had worked together on Caller King, and I was looking for a vehicle for him and I to work on with him in the leading role that would exhibit the vast array of his amazing skills. And so when I started piecing all of these together, I felt like, okay, I know this story as a father, and what would happen if, God forbid, my daughter, as a teenager made certain choices, and why would she make those choices? And is there anything as a father that I can do now to stop that? And if I couldn't, if I was gone and this happened, then you take that and you dramatize it, and you have some heat happening.
Yeah, you got it by film. I love that. You kind of answered this next question with that answer, but watching the movie, one thing I like about it is it seems to be about one thing when you're watching it, but then it develops to be also a deeper story within that story. What do you want people to get out of the film after they watch it?
At this point, it's their film, it's the audience's film, and so for me, I just want them to come away with something. I think that's just the one word, something. If they walk away with nothing and just entertain, I mean, that's okay.
Mhm.
But I just feel like the human experience is so vast that I would not want to limit their absorption, their understanding, their relatability to the story just by placing, my intent, on it. So I would just be like, take something away. And I think at the end of the day, if I had to say, point to something, I would want to make sure that people pay attention to what was happening and why it was happening to Tiana. And maybe if they witness that happening later in life, they will have something that they can turn to and be like, oh, I recognize this. Oh, this is what's happening. And if that can help jumpstart a conversation, jumpstart, I don't want to say a rescue, but an intervention,
Yeah.
it would be amazing.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then you would definitely got to talk about working with the amazing cast and what that experience was like with Jason and NLE and DreamDoll and just the whole entire cast. They actually came together really well as an ensemble. What was that experience like for you?
It was amazing, man. I feel like actors are, I think it's one of the most underappreciated, underrated crafts, but these artisans are amazing. To me, Jason, hands down, is one of the best working actors alive today. His emotional availability, his ability to relate to a character, his ability to take a note and make it better, um, his ability just to be present and be a leader on set, to lead by example, can't be understated. Like it's hard to even just like really accurately state that in words.
Mm.
Then I'll talk Choppa, natural talent.
Yeah, you
He did not.
surprised me.
With him, I didn't make him audition. I knew his mother, and I hit her up, and I was like, "Hey, you think Bryson would, be in any interest in acting?" And I didn't know at this time, but he had been like auditioning for some stuff, and he was kind of giving up because he didn't get it. And he was just like, I know I'm doing good, but like I'm not getting callbacks. They keep telling me this and that. And so I reached out to him at a time where he was kind of like feeling, like forget it, I'm just going to stick with music. And I watched interviews, watched his music videos, and I just saw something in him that gave me the belief that he could embody this character, or we could get there together. As a director, I felt really confident about it. And so yeah, he delivered an amazing performance, and him and Jason on screen together is just electric. Like, and again, like Jason is a vet, and you have the new kid, but like he was professional on time, came in, did what he was supposed to do. And then, Dream Doll, she did audition and just brought a rawness and a realness. She's new as well. And she just, was great working with her. I mean, Garrett, like, like you said, the whole cast, Tala, the young lady who played Tiana, it was her first movie. And like, just combining these veterans with the newcomers, it was just great. Garrett, who played Kelvin, he's from New York. He does a lot of theater. And Siobhan, who played Riri, we worked together on Call Her King. She just amazing. Like I'm just blown away when I watch these faces on the screen. I'm like, oh, we shot that. Oh, that was us. Like, oh, like they're for real. They're just make me look good.
Yeah, definitely. But you definitely should be proud because it comes across very organic as when you're watching the film, just as far as just the direction of it, being that you are the director, but the flow and the cinematographic of it all. And then again, like I was saying, the ensemble, them guys together. I didn't see, Dream Doll. I didn't see NLE. I saw it, their characters. And for me, that's something that I look for with artists. So kudos to you because it comes from the director.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. And then you definitely have to tell everybody why they need to go out and see Black Heat starting Friday in theaters. Why should they
Yeah,
check it
yeah, man. To me, theaters, inside of theaters is where I fell in love with movies. And it is, to me, it's a sacred place. And like when we're building these films, from the sound, the action, the acting, it's all designed to be absorbed and felt on the big screen. There's just something about sitting inside of a theater when you have the bass going through your body, when the music is surrounding you, when the room is dark and you're in there with people that look like you and feel like you, and you guys are watching people on the big screen that look like you. It's such an amazing experience. And I love streaming, would knock it, but we deserve a theatrical experience too. And so for me, it's just like, hey man, it's just support. Like, let's buy tickets, let's tell everybody about it, let's show up. And then we keep bringing more things where you can take your family out to, and again, like, be entertained, but also hopefully leave with a little bit more.
Yeah, no doubt. I love that. And then before we wrap, switching gears real quick, your bio states, you kind of actually answered it in the last one too. You keep doing that, but your bio states that you're dedicated to exploring the ongoing social and cultural problems in America. Can you elaborate on that more as far as your directorial style,
Yes.
I guess it is?
Yeah, so I think, like, for me, my previous work was as an attorney and a civil rights attorney. So it's always been in my heart to look at issues within the world and in our community that we deal with. And so to me, like, for me, film was a way for me to make it through law school, to help guide me through my first couple of years as an attorney, watching like The Rainmaker and watching the Pelican Brief, and just a lot of the John Grisham stuff, the practice on TV. So cinema and film and TV has always been like a part of that. And so with the medium of film, finding stories that I'm passionate about, that we can relate to or know somebody that's dealt with it, whether it be like a legal drama that we've done, whether it be something like, Black Heat. We've done another film that's out, or that we're in post on, about a Black family who their people are trying to take their land and they have to, fight to hold them off. Like real issues that are wrapped in a genre, like, action. We can entertain you. We can have fun as a people. We don't have to go watch a slave movie and walk away feeling bad.
Right.
But something that's entertaining, we can eat some popcorn, we can have some fun with it. But it really talks about a deeper issue and with characters that we care about. So like for me, if I'm just entertaining you and just, and that's it, like, it's kind of like, okay, but that's not really the goal. It's like, I would love to entertain you, but also to let you walk away feeling, with a little bit more. So it's just, finding these stories that resonate and that we haven't had a chance to tell, or we haven't seen in a long time on the screen. But looking at all facets of, the culture, African-American culture, minority culture, again, whether it be like on the farm, whether it be in the hood, whether it be on the courtroom, whether it be like in the 1980s, it's like, let's look at all facets. But like, yeah, we just finished a courtroom drama with Leon and Elise Neal and Stakaya Washington. Then and Crew Morrow, and then we also just did we did that one like late last year. Then we did one called A Bloody Night with Leon again and Don Halfkenny, and Choppa's back in that one. Tala is in that one. Jack Wright, the TikToker who like is going to surprise everybody. And then we did one called Mercy, Mercy Me with Jason and Lil Mama and Carlos Ponce. So that's like our slate that we have up. And, we're just always working. And, as long as ideas are coming, I'm going to keep writing and keep going. Prayerfully, they never stop. But like, just in case they stop one day, I want to look back and be like, all right, I gave it my all.
Yeah, no doubt. They're definitely coming together well. So again, looking forward to what's next. I definitely want to thank you for taking time out again, speaking with me. Again, my name is Aries from Urban Bridges. Again, I enjoy Black Heat a lot, and I wish you a lot of luck in the future.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for
fuck you looking so scared for?
Cause y'all come in here dressed like that, pointing a gun at me, talking about King David? Shit, he ain't one to fuck with.
Well, see, here's the thing. He fighting for what he think he want. I'm fighting for what I know I can't lose. You understand that?
Look, man, your kid ain't here. The king ain't here. Ain't nothing here but trouble. And you about to fuck around and find out.